he suddenly jolted awake in fear. The moment he looked down, a scream escaped his mouth. In place of his real legs, there were mechanical legs attached to his body now. Furious and terrified, he kicked the door so hard that it shattered open, and he ran out onto the street. People standing outside immediately pointed guns at him, but at that exact moment he felt a strange and overwhelming power flowing through his new legs. In a single instant he covered hundreds of meters. His speed was so unbelievable that even bullets could not catch up to him. His name was Nick. Until a few days ago he was a student at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. He was a topper in studies and an expert hacker. From astronomy to geography, there was hardly anything he did not know. But since childhood he had suffered from a disease in his legs, which forced him to walk with the support of crutches. That day he was on a road trip with his girlfriend Haley and his friend Jonah. They were helping Haley move her belongings. Suddenly, in the evening, he received a message from a mysterious hacker. They had been clashing online for a long time, but this time the hacker had directly hacked Haley's laptop and was monitoring her every move. He immediately began tracing the hacker's location. Jonah suggested that they should find that hacker and teach him a lesson once and for all, but his mood was already ruined. Deep inside, he felt that Haley wanted to leave him because of his condition, and this trip was just an excuse for a breakup. In anger, he made up his mind that he would find the hacker no matter what. On the way, the hacker kept provoking them by sending pictures of their car taken from traffic camera. The GPS location eventually led them to an isolated cabin in the middle of nowhere. Nick and Jonah went inside and started searching the place while recording everything. Suddenly, Haley screamed from outside. The moment he rushed out, he saw her rising into the air. In the very next second, a blinding white light flashed directly onto his face, and he lost consciousness. No one knew how much time had passed after that. When he finally opened his eyes, he was sitting in a wheelchair, and his entire body was completely numb. A man wearing a hazmat suit was sitting in front of him. His name was Paulus. He told Nick that he would help restore his memory. Paulus explained that they had come into contact with alien life forms and might have become infected. The doctors keep questioning him for many days, but Nick cannot understand anything that is happening here. He wants to meet Jonah and Haley, but nobody tells him anything about them. Then one morning, while he is being taken to the doctor, he suddenly sees Haley lying on a bed inside a room. He wants to meet her, but they do not allow him to do so. After that, he returns to his room, and once he comes back, he hears his friend Jonah's voice coming from another room. He calls out to Jonah and tells him, "Today I saw Haley, but they did not let me meet her. Also, I could not feel my legs." Jonah tells him that they gave him some kind of drink, and after that his heart does not feel normal anymore. Now both of them decide that whatever they see around them, they will share all the information with each other. After this, Nick starts observing every single thing around him. He carefully watches which code opens which door and which people are allowed to talk to them. Once again, the doctors call Nick to meet them. They place several objects with different shapes in front of him and try to test his understanding of shapes and colors, but Nick refuses to answer anything. He says, "Until you let me meet Haley, I will not tell you anything." Because of this, the doctors are forced to take Nick to Haley, but it is useless because she is in a coma. After that, Nick comes back to his room and starts telling all these things to Jonah, but suddenly Jonah's voice stops coming from the other side. At the same time, experiments are also being conducted on a cow there. Then suddenly the lights go out and someone escapes from the facility. Nick also goes and hides inside a dark bathroom. When the lights come back on, two people bring him outside. Here, Nick notices very deep marks on the walls. After this, he goes to the doctor and asks him where Jonah is. The doctor tells him that Jonah was never brought here at all. Nick says, "That is impossible, I could talk to him." The doctor does not answer anything to this. Now when Nick returns to his room, he keeps calling out to Jonah and tries to talk to him, but there is no reply from the other side. From this, it becomes clear that Jonah has escaped from this place. Because of this, Nick decides that he will escape from here with Haley. During all these days, he has written down all the codes and memorized every route through which he can get out of this place. He starts escaping with Haley, and just when he reaches the last door, the doctor suddenly appears there and catches him. After that, Nick loses consciousness. When he wakes up, he sees that he is lying on the bed right next to Haley. Before he can touch her, the staff there grabs his hand. Haley once again falls unconscious. Now Nick starts fighting with the staff there, and during the struggle he falls off the bed. Because of this, the staff gets scared and runs away from the room. Nick then notices that his real legs have been cut off and replaced with robotic legs, and now he is actually able to walk. These robotic legs are incredibly powerful, and with their strength he smashes the door open. Whoever comes in front of him, he attacks them as he keeps moving forward. Haley is also with him. Then, while they are going down through an elevator, the doctor comes to Nick and says, "If you go outside from here, the aliens will be a danger to you. You should stay here." But Nick does not listen to the doctor. Passing through a long tunnel, he finally escapes from the facility. The moment they come outside, Haley also regains consciousness. Both of them look around and realize that they are in a barren, deserted area where there is absolutely nothing visible for miles. In the same way, both of them eventually reach a road where a car arrives. They ask the driver for a lift. Inside the car there is an old lady and she agrees to give them a ride. But after traveling some distance, the old lady starts saying strange things. Then she suddenly stops the car right in the middle of the road and begins laughing loudly in a very creepy way. Both Nick and Haley get frightened and quickly step out of the car. Nearby there is a gas station, so Nick takes Haley there. He makes her sit on a truck while he himself tries to call his home using a phone there, but it is useless because the phone is broken. At that moment, he notices that the truck near which he had seated Haley is now driving away from the place. Haley is inside that truck as well. Nick immediately understands that the truck driver works for the doctor and is taking her back to the facility. Because of this, he starts chasing the truck. The shocking thing is that he is running extremely fast because of his robotic legs. Just when he reaches close to the truck, the driver opens the door and knocks him down. But now Nick wants to bring Haley back at any cost, so once again he begins chasing the truck. Even though the truck is moving at very high speed, he manages to catch up to it using his new robotic legs. Inside the truck, Haley finds a gun, so she holds the truck driver at gunpoint. Then both of them throw the driver out there and escape with the truck themselves. After traveling for a very long distance, they finally reach a dead end where the road completely ends. Because of this, they are forced to turn back. But then Nick realizes that they are once again returning to the same road. At that moment, they notice a visitor center nearby. When they enter the visitor center, they find a map of the place. From the map, they discover that there is only one single road in the entire area. Nick cannot understand anything, and meanwhile Haley's condition is becoming worse and worse. Therefore, both of them decide to stay there for the night. That night, while they are inside the place, the doctor's men suddenly arrive there. Nick and Haley begin hiding from them. While hiding, they suddenly see that their friend Jonah is also there. The same Jonah who had escaped from the facility earlier. Jonah's hands have been completely transformed. In other words, he has been given robotic arms just like Nick has robotic legs. That is why, when Jonah escaped from the facility earlier, there had been very deep marks on the walls. Nick also notices that the same number written on his own arm is also written on Haley's neck. Jonah says, "If you add up this number, the total becomes 51. That means we are in Area 51, where scientists conduct new experiments. And they are experimenting on us too. That is why your legs and my arms were both replaced. For them, we are nothing more than test subjects, just like rats inside a laboratory." Now, after the doctor's men leave from there, the next morning they once again move forward in a truck to escape from this place. After traveling some distance, they notice a checkpoint ahead. Although they try to drive the truck through it, the military traps their truck using a huge pillar system that can only be removed through the operating system. Now Jonah gets out of the truck and reaches the room where the laptop is located. But before he can remove the pillar, a bullet strikes his glasses, causing his vision to become blurry. This means that now he cannot enter the code, nor can he hack the system anymore. Because of this, he is forced to come back outside. Then, using the immense strength of his robotic arms, he smashes the pillar apart. After this, Nick and Haley manage to escape from there, but Jonah remains behind. He has already been hit by several bullets. Seeing Jonah's sacrifice brings tears to both Nick's and Haley's eyes. Now they keep moving forward continuously, and eventually a massive bridge appears in front of them. But standing right in the middle of the bridge is the doctor. Before their truck can even reach him, the doctor's men throw something onto the road that punctures the truck's tires, causing the truck to flip over. Now, because Haley has been badly injured, she loses consciousness. At that very moment, a helicopter arrives there and takes Haley away with them. Nick is also severely injured, but with all his strength he stands back up once again. That is when his attention goes toward the doctor's tag name, which says Damon. In reality, the doctor's name is Damon, and when Nick reads it backward, he realizes it actually spells Nomad, the same hacker who had sent them the mysterious messages and who had hacked their college server, putting the blame on Nick and his friend. Now the doctor finally admits everything himself. He says, "Yes, I was the one who hacked your college server and placed the blame on you and your friend. We also hacked Haley's system and sent you messages from her account. We provoked you so that you would eventually reach us. Whatever condition your friends are in today, you are responsible for it." Then he reveals the truth by saying, "We use alien technology on humans. Out of all the people we have experimented on until now, you are our best subject. The one who has completely adapted the robotic legs with his body and his brain. That means you are our most successful experiment." Hearing all this makes Nick extremely furious. Using the power of his robotic legs, he begins running at incredible speed toward the bridge. His speed becomes unbelievably fast, and suddenly he crashes into an invisible wall. Because of the impact, he crosses over to the other side of the wall. When he looks behind himself, he sees the doctor standing there. The doctor removes his helmet, and now Nick realizes that he is not a human at all. He is actually a robotic alien. After this, Nick looks ahead of him and sees outer space. At that moment, he understands that he is not on Earth anymore, but inside an alien spaceship. The spaceship's number is also 23,541, the exact same number that was written on his arm and on Haley's shoulder. This means that it was never Area 51 at all. Instead, it is an alien ship belonging to robotic aliens, and they are testing their technology on humans. With this, the story of the film comes to an end.